Hey, hey, hey. So I need to fix, I'm actually gonna fix the chat overlay. Do you guys want the chat overlaid on screen? So I need to fix, I'm actually gonna fix Nah, let's just continue on. Okay, so I noticed Pyro added me. Now, okay, so one of the other things for most of the folks I know are Bit Heroes guys, so um, I'm going to put some stuff in the stash. These Greater Rift Keystones, this comes from the normal Nephilium Rift, and these Greater Rift Keystones, these are the things we use to run the Greater Rifts, and the Greater Rifts is where we go to upgrade our gems. So that's an important thing to know. And there's also this book over here, this Book of Cain will identify all your items in your inventory in one shot, so you don't have to right click everything. We're going to go over here and recycle. Now you'll notice we come to this Artisan Forge, and we go ahead and then click on Salvage All, and that salvages the normals. Then I'm going to click Salvage All Magic. Okay, kills the magics. Then the yellows. Now notice what we're getting. We're getting these veiled crystals. We're getting these things that we need to then do some crafting. Now notice there's when I click on these, I have to manually do legendaries because legendaries are quote unquote special in the game. So what we can actually do is do a little bit of crafting. So let's do some crafting really quick. I'm gonna go ahead and make some Templar relics, and if you look, the Templar is my follower, and he's a guy that that he runs around with me. He's hands down the best follower for you to have because he's got increased resource regeneration. So when we talk about Wraith being low, you want your follower alive because he's going to give you better regen. Now there is a follower trinket that has. See how it says equip on follower, reduce cooldown of all follower skills by 50? There's one, your follower cannot die. And that's the best one, the best trait to have. So what we're going to do is go ahead and try to make one of those. So it's a couple different steps. We're going to go in and we're going to make a couple of the level 70 Templar relic items. And I'm going to make, let's do 20. And I'm going to click craft. It's going to make 20 of these level 70 Templar relic items. Now notice those pop in my inventory. So that was over at the forge. Now what we need to do is go down to the cube, and we need to go into the cube. And then there's this. So cube is new, right? So new being I'm from 5 years ago. I played Diablo 3 when it very first came out, and then went psycho with it for about a year and stopped playing it. So these things are new to me. So I'll kind of give you the overview of what it is. So there's upgrade rare item. What we're going to basically do is we're going to upgrade the rare item, and it's going to become a legendary item. So what we need to do is click fill, and that's going to fill. Notice it's putting in those death breaths, those materials from us recycling all those legs, right? And the death breaths being the most important one. Now notice it's going to use 25 death breath each time, so I probably overdid it on the crafting a little bit. So now I'm going to put in one of the legendaries, and I'm going to hit transmute. Now notice it turned into a legendary. I put in the rare, and it turns into a legendary. Now this is reduce cooldown of all follower skills 50. That's not what we want. So we'll go ahead and click accept. It puts us in our inventory. I'm going to click fill again. Notice we're going down quickly. We can only do 4 more of these. What we're after is follower cannot die. So this is gain access to all skills. We'll go ahead and accept. Fill. Access to all skills again. What we really want is block and follower cannot die. So we're going to be out of death breath really quick here. Nope. And now I had a really amazing one that was follower cannot die, but I died. So bam, we got it with the block roll. So we were after the 16% block roll, which and we're after the follower cannot die. Now, we'll go ahead and then recycle the rest of these because we really don't care about any of these other things. We want that follower cannot die. Now, what you'll notice is the follower, he's in the game with you when you don't have anybody else with you. Not multiplayer, single player. So now follower cannot die, super critical, 16% block, super critical, and I'm going to show you why. So we got the 16% block. Now notice the shield. Look at this shield, freeze of deflection. So first of all, what the hell is the follower? It's just a dude that follows you around. But if you set him up right, he can be a really good crowd control. And here's how. So remember, we're after the block, right? And the can't die. Now, what do we have on the shield? We have a block roll on the shield. Now, what is this shield? Freeze the deflection. What does it do? Blocking an attack has a chance to freeze the attacker for 1.2 seconds. Now, it can go half second to 1.5. So what we really want is our follower to get blocks. Now, notice the percent block, 25% chance to block. Now, these shields drop from 10 to 30, I think, on them. So 25 is all right. And then you've also got the 11% chance to block. We've got a ring, the Justice Lantern, 15% chance to block. And then we've got a 16% chance to block on the trinket with the can't die. Now, what's beautiful about this is that the point is the follower, as we're fighting harder monsters, is going to get struck. And he has a very high chance to freeze them for 1.2 seconds. A frozen enemy isn't going to be hitting you, which is great. Now, here's some of the other cool things that we can do with these gems. I'm missing a couple of the gems. So, but I'll show you. I'll give you an overview. The point is that he's crowd control for us, and again, his sword has a roll of freeze on hit, and then his sword does lightning damage, chance on hit to blast with lightning, jumping to enemies. Now, the other stone that we want, the ring we want is Wayward. Now, Wayward has a 34% chance to stun for 1.5 seconds. Stun is amazing. It's just like freeze. It keeps the enemies stuck. So now we've got, with a couple smart picks on these items, we've got a follower that can't die, we've got the chance to freeze for 1.5 seconds, we've got a couple things here that are going to keep him, now we can, with lightning, stunning enemies. Now there is what's called a Wreath of Lightning gem. Let's go ahead and take a look at that really quick. It's actually in my ring. Yeah, it's in my ring. I must have blown up the other one. Yeah, I blew up the other one. So we're going to go get ourselves another Wreath of Lightning, and we're going to upgrade it. And I'm going to show you what that process looks like. So we've got a rank 35 Wreath of Lightning. Now, what we can do, look at this lightning. Remember we said in the follower we want to have his lightning stunning, right? So what we're going to do is this right here says 15% chance on hit to gain a Wreath of Lightning, dealing weapon damage as lightning every second to nearby enemies for 3 seconds. Now, if you put the Wreath of Lightning in the Wayward, now notice it doesn't have a gem slot, but we can take care of that. You're going to now have a ring that's popping off lightning and stunning enemies for 1.5 seconds as it pops off. So first of all, what we need to do is go get a socket slot in this Wayward, and I can show you that really quick. Then we need to go get a Wreath of Lightning for our follower. Now I'm gonna leave mine in because I like the speed boost, but let's go ahead and unequip this Wayward, and then let's get a socket into it, because you got to have a socket. Your rings and your ammi are the only ones you can use the legendary gems, so you got to have rings and ammis with sockets. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Wayward in there, and then what we're going to do, none of the Vite or resistance matters, because remember, he can't die, and the damage, to be honest, doesn't really matter, because he does really bad damage, but that's not the point. He's there for crowd control. So we're going to roll something off that gives us a socket. So what we're looking for, we click this little question mark, and we're looking for a roll where we can get this socket. There we go. And ideally, I like to roll things for socket that have the fewest amount of possible stats. Now notice as I click through all of these, any of the ones with socket has the same amount. But keep in mind, it's like rolling the dice, right? You want do you want a 6-sided die or an 80-sided die? Like every time we roll one of these, we're rolling the dice. So anyway, I'm gonna roll off the Vite. Actually, I'll roll off the Resist because it doesn't really matter. But now notice our materials. We're out of Death Breath. We only have 19, and we only have 155 of these Imperial Topazes. So we're gonna get 19 rolls to get socket 1. Let's try and get socket 1. Come on, socket 1. Got 14 more rolls. Now, if we were really going for perfect, we also want attack speed increase on the follower, because more attacks means more chances for the lightning to proc. Socket 1. Okay, so socket 1 is done. Now we need to go get our follower Wreath of Lightning. So how are we going to do that? Safely, there's a couple different ways, but the way, like, I already have one, right? So the game will not give me another Wreath of Lightning. So what I need to do is actually remove the Wreath of Lightning from my inventory. I can do that in one of two ways. I can either drop it on the ground, which if I disconnect, I would lose a rank 35. It's been upgraded a few times, gem. Or I can remove it and put it in the box and then pick it off with another tune. So that's what I'm going to do because I don't want to lose it to disconnect. So I went over to the gem dude, removed the legendary gem. Now I could very well put it in the Templar's ring right now, but then the game won't drop me another one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put it in my gem bag, and then I'm going to go to a different account. Different tune and access the bag. I may need to make a tune because I killed my last one. Savage. All right. And why can't? Oh, they're there. Switch hero. Yeah. Dead. I need to create. So we'll make the next tone hardcore seasonal crusader. Permanent death. You have chosen to create a hardcore seasonal character. You will start with 0 gold, untrained artisans, and be unable to use non-seasonal items. As a hardcore, you can only play with other hardcores. Should you die, your death is permanent. Customer service will not revive a fallen hero. Your items will be lost forever upon death. Accept. Okay, now we need to get back. We need to get into town. So when you make an alt, you're just going to do the quickie intro mission. It's super fast, but you need to get into town really fast to be able to get access to the stash. And the what's nice about this is you get a lot of slots on an alt. So you'll notice, like, you got a bunch of other character slots, so you can actually use it as additional stash tabs. One of the big annoyances for me in this game, other than the non-auto pickup, is the lack of stash. We should have an unlimited inventory. It's one of the things that I really loved about Bit Heroes, was the unlimited inventory. Now you notice what I just spent was Paragon, and I'm at, if you notice my level, top left is level 1, but then notice down below I've got 659, and what's 659? That's my Paragon level. Now that goes to infinity, and each time you level up, kind of like Bit Heroes, just takes forever to go to the next one as you get higher and higher and higher. So you're going to basically be constantly leveling up Paragon. And what's nice about it is, I was in the Paragon menu, and you notice that you can update both your primary stat, which is in my case strength, and your secondary stat, which is in my case vitality. So you notice when I go into the Paragon menu, I'm putting into movement speed 50 points, so I move 25% faster, a max wraith, and then 100 into vitality. So there's a bunch of tabs over here. These all cap at 50, but the core that doesn't cap at 50 is vitality and strength. Those go to infinity. So you're gaining 5 strength per point and 5 fight per point. So each time you get 1 Paragon level, you get a point. At 800 Paragon, you have maxed all the 50 pointers. So 800 Paragon's kind of a mark. I wouldn't say I'm pushing for that right now, but it's something I want to do. So now what I'm doing is going in that stash. Now notice this is a shared stash, and I'm picking up that Wreath of Lightning. And if I was smart, I would also probably pick up some of the other gems and update these other gems too, so that the next time I die, God forbid, I'll have some updated gems already. So I picked up the Wreath of Lightning, and I'm gonna do that only for right now, and then leave game, and then we're gonna jump into back on our character. And then guess what? We don't have the Wreath of Lightning anymore, so the game doesn't see the Wreath of Lightning on our character. Now the game will drop a new Wreath of Lightning for us, so that's what we're after. And I think we're lagging a little bit. So I'm gonna, and we got Pyro joining us, which is awesome. So I'm gonna jump back on this character, and when Pyro joins, he's about 20 minutes out from the download. When Pyro joins, we'll do a PL for him and get him to level 70. Okay, so now what are we going to do? We're going to go get another Wreath of Lightning, but first we're going to put a gem into our empty ring slot. So let's take a quick look at our legendary gems. Now, there's a couple of really good ones. Since no gold drops in a Greater Rift, so I can remove Boon of the Hoarder. Boon of the Hoarder isn't going to help us at all. So we'll go ahead and go over to the gem dude and remove Boon of the Hoarder. And we're going to put in Bane of the Trapped, which Bane of the Trapped increases damage against enemies under the effect of control, crowd control effects. So that's perfect. And then Bane of the Powerful gives us 20% increased damage for 55 seconds after killing an elite. Now that 55 goes up with the gem level, and I'll show you that as we go upgrade gems. So now I've got 3 legendary gems, 2 are for damage, and 1 of them is for non-physical damage reduction. Make us a little more tanky. And then we need to put back our Boon of the Hoarder. In the case that we did die right now, all of the gear that you see would be gone. So we want to be super careful with making sure our goodies are in the stash. And then obviously super careful that we don't die. And I'm going to go over, and you notice that there's these things called blood shards. And bottom right of my screen, you'll see I have a 1200 limit on blood shards. That limit gets upgraded when you finish a higher Greater Rift tier solo. So I've done, I think, 71 Greater Rift in hardcore. And that goes up, but I don't want to hit the cap, so I'm going to go spend them. And what do you spend them on? Well, there's this merchant, Cadillo, over here, and she lets you buy stuff. So I'm going to buy a bunch of amulets and hope that I get Talisman of Akans. Now, the chance are, I'm going to spend those really quick. Blew through that, and, I got a Kimbo's Gold. So don't really care about these. I can recycle them. I'll save the recycle trip for when I come back. Now, what I'm going to do is open a Greater Rift. And the Greater Rift, you actually choose the level. And I'm going to go ahead and pick a... because I'm going to be updating a gem from 0, I'm going to pick 25. And you'll see what this means in a minute. 25... it's going to cost me 4 million to empower. Empower the Rift gives me another update to the gem. Gives me another roll on upgrading the gem. and it goes up. So if I were to go to, let's say, 40 and empower, notice it's 9 million. If I go to like 72, it's 36 million to get one more roll on the gem. So you want to do you want to do the lowest that you can to actually upgrade the gem. The gem's going to start at level 0, so I'll have a while. Maybe I'll actually even do 22, I guess. That's still 3 million though. 10, Torment 1. This is going to be so easy. So these are gonna, this literally will be a joke, but we'll run through, grab our gem, and do the upgrades. And our goal is to get it to level 25 as quickly as we possibly can. So I could probably change my skills around a little bit and gear to give me max run speed in this easy environment. Now you'll notice those ground explosions. Ground explosions are super dangerous. They're they'll kill you. So you gotta, like, when you see those, you gotta run. Get out of the circle. I'm still having a Wrath issue, you hear it. So in all honesty, I probably need a roll on shield that has Wraith regen. Any questions while we're in this easy raid and I can actually look at chat? So these purple balls, you notice, are filling this meter on the right hand side. And the point is the boss pops when the meter's full. Now, there is a leaderboard for speed runs, and the fastest that you can possibly clear clear this level is what the speed runs are all about. So, you know, optimizing, tweaking to get on the leaderboards is one of the games that people play. A lot of different ways to play. Now you notice as I kill the elites, those are the ones that drop the purple balls. Now doing damage in general will make that bar go up. Now there's a timer, notice that hourglass? Time left 11 minutes. If I let that time pass, I'll actually not get the gem upgrade opportunity. So if you're too slow, if you pick a level that's too high and you can't kill it fast enough, you'll lose the opportunity to upgrade gems. So and the Rift Guardian popped and is now dead. So notice, I always love that look, the beams of light coming off the items. Green, set, legendary. Okay, now here's Urshi that does the gem upgrades. So let's look at what that looks like. Now notice when I click a gem, notice the upgrade chance is 0%. It's because we're in a level 10. Now what she dropped for me was that new Wreath of Lightning, and this is what we're after. And we notice that we need to get the gem to rank 25 in order to unlock the secondary effect of speed boost. So we're going to go ahead and do that, but we only get a couple rolls. And now notice, because we're at level 10, when the gem is level 2, we then jump to an 80% chance of upgrade, which makes me want to just run higher than 10, even though it costs a little more for the extra roll. So that's it. That's what that looks like. Now, obviously, I ran it on an easy setting, which is great when you're hardcore. To upgrade your gems, for example, like my neck gem is rank 84 of 100, so I needed to be in level 90. We're in level 10. We needed to be in level 90. Now, level 90 exponentially makes the enemies more difficult. Exponentially does their damage up, exponential health. So every time you go up, you're tweaking and optimizing. And obviously trying not to die in the process. So now that we do have the Wreath of Lightning, we can we can go ahead and put it in his ring, and now we have completed the first of thousands of potential upgrades we can make. So we now have a Templar that cannot die, that has the max block that we can possibly give him to proc the freeze control. And we've also given him the Wreath of Lightning in the Wayward ring, which has a 34% chance to stun for 1.5. We've set him up with skills, including Charge, that stuns. And we gave him the Inspire skill, which increases our resource regeneration. So this is about as optimized as you can get. Obviously, we can just continue to upgrade the gems. What we could really do to increase him even more would be to give him increased attack speed. For example, I could roll the reduced resource costs on this sword down to attack speed. More attacks means more chances for lightning to proc. So, what's up, Beetle? Welcome, buddy. So, why don't we do that? Why don't we try and roll an attack speed really fast on his sword, and then we'll go off and continue to upgrade some of our gems. And notice we only have 7 more rolls, so hopefully we get an attack speed out of it. Sweet, we got 1 roll. I think 7's the highest. Yeah, attack speed 7, so we got 6. Let's give it 1 more roll. We'll stick with 6 for right now. So we need to go get some more Death Breaths. Those come out of standard runs. So let's go ahead and give him his sword back. Stepped, I got PL'd by the fantastic people in the hardcore power leveling. So I would power level you to 70 if you'd like, Stepped, in hardcore seasonal. Anybody on the stream, be more than happy to drop you a power level. It's pretty quick. It takes about 10 minutes. And honestly, if you go into over here, there's a menu, communities menu down here on the bottom right. There is a community. And in the communities, you can join unlimited communities, whatever. You can chat in there, and basically you just go in HCP power leveling and say, hey, I just died. Could somebody give me a PL? And it's basically a bunch of hardcore dudes that are constantly dying, and you know we're here to help each other. So hopefully you're not dying as much as that often, but okay, so what I need to do is quickly look at my gear to figure out what the heck I'm going to upgrade next. I need Death Breath, obviously, but let me take a quickie look at my gems and see if there's anything that I could do on my own. I could re-roll a stat on these boots. Notice that these boots give me unhindered through enemies. That is the same thing that I gain from Laws of Hope with the Wings of Angels. So that's sort of what was in my head. I could either change the rune on Wings of Angels, or run a different law, but I like the speed. So the other option would be, and this is where you get into these unlimited gear combos, the other option would be to get rid of the illusionary boots unhindered through enemies and roll another Akan piece. And rolling another Akan piece, for example, I would be able to swap in like these hexing pants as just one of many hundreds of combinations. But notice that notice that the set bonuses are a 6 set. The 6 set you absolutely have to have. Well, Akarat Champion, this skill, is active. You deal 1500% damage and take 50% less damage. Hey Champy, welcome buddy. So that's absolutely necessary. So you want Akarat's Champion always active. So we got to have the 6 set. So if I take off these pants, now look what happens. I lost the 6 set bonus. Now let's pretend for a minute I want to run these hexing pants, and the hexing pants are great because they reduce, while I'm moving, while I'm running, reduce the resource. It's increased 25% while moving and decreased 22% while standing still. So as long as I'm moving, I'm gaining 25% resource regeneration, which is great. You can either throw these in the cube or wear them. But to do that and not lose your set bonus, now I need to change the boots over to something that hopefully have movement speed. And it looks like I blew up my last pair that have movement speed. Let me just double check. Oh no, here we go. So, you know, one of the other fun things that one of the most fun items that I really enjoy is the Gloves of Worship. They drop in the same place as the Illusionary Boots, but they give you the Shrine effects for 10 minutes. Shrine effects last 10 minutes. Now that's what I'm going to pop on right now. And we're going to run around with shrines that last 10 minutes and blow some S up. We have our 6 set bonus, yes. Let's go back to our other character really quick and give us our Wreath gem back. And we remember we moved the Wreath gem so that we could get a second one to drop. And now that we've got our second, we're going to get this one back because we want that speed. We want that speed gain that we get. And I see Pyro just came online, so maybe we'll give him a PL if he's ready, if he's up for it. So I'm taking out of my secondary character, put it back in the stash, the global stash, and then I'll grab it again. And I'm creating a Torment 6 game because Pyro's brand new, so if anybody in the stream would like to join in. You're more than welcome to join. So I'm actually going to save this build as... So remember, this is my Shrine Effect last 10 minutes build. But it's got the power gems in there. Let's see. Whoa, Champy.
IGN Champio.
What the hell? Champy. No, you don't need Discord. Let me send you an invite. Champy. Jeez, man. I appreciate it very much. You know, we'll get in trouble if we sell ads. I very much appreciate the support, though. You are now the all-day favorite. Let's get Pyro in the game here. Maybe I'm on away mode. I'm available. Okay. Okay, let's get these gems done before I forget. And then we'll save this build as a speed build. Okay. And there's Pyro. Join the game. Okay, so we've now got our gems on board. And we'll put these back. Clean up our inventory. What's nice about you being the level, about you being Crusader, Pyro, is I can give you gear. But I can only give you gear that drops in the games when we're together. Okay, so Pyro, you're going to come over here. And I'm gonna say safe. Oh, let me save my speed build really fast. Speed with shrine. Speed shrine build. So I've got the shrine effect 10 minute and the most speed I could really gain without losing 56% cooldown. So hey Pyro, I'm gonna open a Nephilium Rift and you're gonna come in. So let's time this. Just stay by the entrance so you don't die, Pyro. So the point of this is that if you hit tab, you can see Pyro's dot on the map. I'm gonna run around the map and kill mobs as fast as I can. And the point is, notice he gains levels super quick. Pyro's already level 10. So we're gaining, he's going pretty quick, and he's already 24. Now the 50 plus takes a while. Notice a star on the map. I need to run around and pick up all these death breaths. You can see his level going up pretty quick. Like I said, this is what you do for people who die in hardcore. So you always want to save your last set of gear in your stash. That way you can always just get your character back to 70 in one of the PL groups, and you're right back to where you left off. Now I need to look at the map. There's the exit over there, so go ahead and head down. My pet is on overload. He's like, what, dude? I can't pick up any more gold. And Pyro's over here earning achievements. Okay, Pyro, it is safe to TP to me. Yeah, this is how you carry right here. Okay, so once he's safe, The point is he needs to stay alive, because if he even gets scratched by one of these guys, he'll insta-die, because he needs resist and a health pool. So what we do now is finish the quest. The etiquette is, A, is everybody cool to close it, because there could still be loot over there. So, and then we wait 25 seconds, and then we open another one, and just do it again. And he's already level 50. So Pyro, let's make you like 2 or 3 level 70s. So that way when you die, you can just start up your next level 70. Now what's nice about your dead characters, they don't count against your limit. And then at 70, we can start updating some gems for you, dude. We'll get you some gems going. Okay, so you stay here. Make sure no monkeys get you. Ooh, don't die, buddy. We don't want to lose all that work yet.
Not ready yet. Not yet. Time to test my skill. Patience. Not ready yet. Like chaff before the wind. Patience. Not yet. Not ready yet. Like chaff before the wind. Not yet. Patience. Not ready yet. Patience. Not yet. Not ready yet. Patience. Burn in the light.
Yeah, we're totally... This is how you PL right here. Now notice I get a little bit quiet when I'm doing this, because there's so many friggin' clicks going on.
Patience.
Although this is pretty damn chill in comparison to a lot of the hardcore greater rifts and all that, but
Not yet. Not ready yet.
hey, TP when you're ready. What's up, Bird? Welcome, buddy. Ah, hardcore's fun. We're just PLing a new player. If you would like a hardcore seasonal PL, just let me know. Request an invite.
Not yet. The crusade marches
I love this speed build, man. God, this is so much fun.
patience.
Just running around lightning stuff. It's friggin' hilarious.
The Rift Guardian is not yet. Not ready yet.
Man, I don't know. I had 5 years ago. I had a lot of years on it, a lot of time on it, and I've been refreshed with all the changes they've made. It's really good.
Not yet.
Hey, later, Wooks. Good to see you, buddy.
I'm returning to town.
Laura,
Yes?
why do you keep glancing over? Your valor is unsurpassed.
Are you ready?
Now I'm gonna go over and get
That's too
a
expensive.
few more ring rolls. Can you pick those up, Pyro? I don't know if you can. I think they're account bound. Okay, let me see how these boots rolled, and I'll drop some boots for you. You're gonna want those. Now notice on the gear, we can share gear for an hour. After an hour, it's gear that dropped in game. You can go over and roll speed on them, or let's just do the next. Let's do the next run. Now I need Death Breath. So once you're 70, we can up the difficulty so that we get more drops. But at level 1, the highest until you're 70, the highest you can go is Torment 6.
Patience. My wrath is low. Not ready yet. I require more wrath. Not yet. Not enough wrath. Patience. My wrath is low. Not ready yet. Not enough wrath. Not yet.
And you can kind of see how these PLs go. I mean, it's quick, right?
Not ready yet. I require more wrath.
No, I can't actually see. I can't actually see the Twitch chat.
Patience.
Oh, you want to see gear? Sure. This is a pretty low level. And again, this is hardcore, so I'm definitely not the most perfectly geared right now. But running a little PL for Pyro here.
Not ready yet.
Let's get Pyro 70 and then we'll do some gear messing around. And if anybody in chat wants a PL, let me know.
Not ready yet. Patience. Light be down. Not yet. Not enough wrath.
The Rift Guardian
Patience. Not ready yet.
Uh-oh. No! Run! Okay, you may need to port.
Patience.
Ooh, port, bud. I don't want to lose all this. I don't want to lose all the work.
Not yet. Not ready yet. Not yet. I require more wrath. I'm returning to town.
Yeah, Condemn's pretty cool, man. This is the first season I've ever played it. I was out for release. I was in the game for release, and then I haven't really played since. So I'm loving all these changes.
Someday, perhaps, when I'm rich.
Oh, no worries. Now you'll notice I'm stacking up all the gear that I wear. These boxes are all full of gear that I will use when I die. So the guys that are afraid of hardcore, it's really not bad. Like if you ever played EVE Online, your ship blows up when you die, right? So in this case, my gear blows up when I die. This is my ship. So it's pretty much the same thing. You always just want to stash the gear for your job, for your build. And that's basically what I'm doing. And then the latest gear upgrades or sort of gear swap outs that I have are down here. So I've pretty much got sets to go. I mean, I could die 6 times and not be out of gear. So now would it be all the ideal build? No, but and then also what you want to do is save like you want to save your best gear for your pushing gear. That way, like right now doing this stuff, if I died for some crazy reason, I wouldn't lose my best like primal ancient pushing gear. So once we get Pyro 70 here, we'll up the difficulty a little bit and get him some.
I have heard troubling news. Another cult has emerged from the shadows. Some call the process a sin.
Not ready yet.
A lie that no doubt buys them to weakness. But mark my words, these abominations have not
enough
a
ground.
savior. They
Patience.
will only suffer until they meet their final death.
Hey, Mike, welcome back, buddy. No. I'm gonna invite links too.
I need to go back.
So, so go to the main menu, make a new make a new character, make a new character, Pyro. We'll get him up.
An ally has abandoned the front. My foe is weakened. An ally joins the crusade. Our foes grow in strength.
Okay, so the couple skills that I'm gonna tell you to equip, pay attention to these. This one, I don't remember what level it comes on, but it's indestructible. It raises you from death right away. So it's one of your passive skills. You want to equip indestructible right away. And then the next one is Akarat's Champion with Profit. It keeps you from dying when Akarat's Champion is live. So if you have Akarat's Champion up and you have indestructible, you actually have two paths to potentially saving yourself from a death. So basically right away at level 25 you want to get that equipped.
Not ready yet.
Yeah, no worries, bud. That was kind of my fault. You're brand new, so that's totally my fault.
Patience. Not yet. Patience. Not ready yet. Not yet. Patience.
Dude, that was a fireball that went like right by your head as you poured it in. Holy smokes.
Not yet. Had enough. Patience. Not ready yet.
Right?
Patience. Not ready yet. Make your peace quickly. Not yet. Patience. Not yet.
Unji, what's up, brother? Good to see you.
Not ready yet. Tower before Zakarum. Not yet.
Playing a little Diablo 3. If you'd like a PL on seasonal hardcore, man, I'm here for you. I'm going a little bit ape over here.
Not ready yet. Make your peace quickly. Patience. Not ready yet. Like chaff before the wind. Not yet.
Oh, that sounds fun. I need to try that, bird. That sounds pretty fun.
Tower before Zakarum. Not ready yet. Not yet. The crusade marches on. Patience. Not ready yet. Patience. Bad luck for you, friend. Not yet.
The Rift Guardian has arrived.
Patience. Not yet. Not ready yet. Patience. Not ready yet. I need to go back.
We're getting you guys some rift keys too, so we can run some greater rifts right after this.
Let's see what happens, shall we?
Later, Mike. Good to see you, buddy.
Don't be shy.
Someday, perhaps, when I'm rich.
Okay, I'm gonna put Steed Charge in the second slot instead of Consecration. Let's mess around with this. That sounds pretty fun. Draw and quarter.
Not yet. Patience. Not ready yet. Not yet. Not ready yet. Patience. Had enough. Not yet. My wrath is low. Patience. Not ready yet. Make your peace quick. Not yet. Patience.
We found literally the best PL spot, man. That those cows, that was ridiculous. Wow.
Not ready yet. Not yet. The crusade marches on. Not ready yet. An ally has abandoned the fight, but my foes weaken. I'm returning to town.
Okay, Pyro. So now we'll do a couple greater rifts and see what you think. So the greater rifts take the keys So did you equip your skills? So the 2 to do right away is indestructible, and then Akarat's champion with profit. And I need to check on Bit Heroes here. Okay, so I'm gonna leave game and make a new game. And we're gonna do some greater rifts here. Same deal, but we're gonna try and get you some gear. Right, Bird? Dude, that was ridiculous. And he's got the skills equipped, so we're good to go.
Ally joins the crusade. Our foes grow in strength. Not yet. Honor always.
Hey, Pyro, accept this greater. Oh, you got no keys. Okay. Da 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 da. I was thinking we got you keys already. So one thing I would say, be sure to stash your anything of value.
Unleash your power. Patience. I will enjoy this. Not ready yet. I require more wrath. Not yet. Patience. I require more wrath. Not ready yet. Not yet.
Hey, Bren, how you doing, buddy?
I require more wrath. Not yet. Not enough wrath. Patience. Not ready yet. Like chaff before the wind. Not yet. My wrath is low. Not ready yet. Patience. Not yet. Cower before Zakarum. I require more wrath. Not ready yet. Patience. Not ready yet. Not enough wrath. Not yet. Burn in the light. Patience. Not ready yet. Burn in the light. My wrath is low. Patience. Not yet.
No, but if you want to do a hardcore seasonal, I'll be happy to PL you.
Patience. Like chaff before the wind. Not yet. Not ready yet. I require more wrath.
Hey, what's up, Sono? Good to see you, buddy.
Not yet. Patience. I require more wrath. Not ready yet. My wrath is low. Not yet. Light be down.
Yeah, I'm messing around with hardcore and seasons.
Not enough wrath.
I hadn't played since it came out. I think in 2011. So yeah, it had been a little while.
My wrath is low. Not ready yet. Shout before the wind. I require more wrath. Patience. Not enough wrath. Not yet. The crusade marches on. Not ready yet. Patience. Light be down. My wrath is low. Not yet. Patience. Not yet. Not ready yet. Bad luck for you, friend. Not yet. Patience. Not yet. I require more wrath. Not ready yet. The crusade marches on. Patience. Not yet. Bad luck for you, friend. Entrance would
I haven't heard from the Baronet sent to the Scovos Island.
Scovos is a dangerous thing.
I hate to think that any more of our order will be.
All of us know the risks, Tim, but we believe in the new horizon.
I wish you luck.
Patience. Not yet. My wrath is low. Not ready yet. Not yet. I enjoyed that. Not ready yet. Patience. That creature must die. Not yet. Like chaff before the wind. Not ready yet. Patience. The crusade marches on. Not yet. Not ready yet. Had enough. Patience. Not ready yet. Like chaff before the wind. Not yet. I require more wrath. Patience. Not ready yet. Make your peace quick. Patience. Not ready yet. Not yet. Bad luck for you, friend. Not ready yet. Not enough wrath. Not yet. Patience. The Rift Guardian. Not ready yet. Patience. Not yet. I'm returning to town.
Well fought.
Patience. Not yet.
You should totally jump in, man. You got unlimited PL right here.
Enemies of the Rift.
Not ready yet. This will be a good battle. Patience. Not yet.
No, this is on standard. I wanted to get Pyro set up with a standard as well as a hardcore so he could test a couple different things.
Not ready yet.
He's got to get used to the different builds on standard before on softcore before he plays hardcore.
Not yet.
It's seasonal though, so make sure it's a seasonal.
Not ready yet. Patience. Not ready yet. Make your feast quick. Patience. Not yet. Patience.
Nope, that's a different one, Nick.
Not ready yet. Not yet. I enjoyed that. Patience.
Yeah, you just make a seasonal. You make a seasonal character, and then I just invite you, and that's it.
Not ready yet.
And then after the season's over, it just becomes a standard.
Not yet. Had enough. Not ready yet. Patience.
Haha, Nick, awesome. Hey, glad to hear it, man.
Not ready yet. I enjoyed that. Patience. Not yet. Burn in the light. Not ready yet.
The Rift Guardian is here.
Patience. Not yet. Patience. Not ready yet. Need to go back.
You have proven embrace your power.
Not yet.
What's up, Clash? How you doing?
Patience. Not yet. Power before Zakaru.
I am not on Bit Heroes right now. So yeah, it'll have to be a little bit later on.
Not yet. Patience. Make your peace quick. Not ready yet.
Yeah, it is super hot. The weather is kicking up crazy.
Bad luck for you, friend. Not yet. Not ready yet. I enjoyed that. Patience.
Nice, Nick. We'll do that here in a bit. If we go on, we're going back on Bit Heroes here. I'll probably stay on D3 till after 5 though.
Not yet. Patience. Not ready yet. Make your peace quickly. Not yet. Patience. I enjoyed that. Not yet. Not ready yet. Patience. Make your peace quickly.
Oh, so no. Oh yeah, Clash. Yeah, Dragon Age Inquisition. Kind of similar. I didn't really play that, but I've seen it.
Ready nothing. Close to it. Not ready yet. Patience. Not yet. Not ready yet. This will be a good battle. Like chaff before the wind. Strength fails. These wounds.
Hey, good night, Nick. What's Sono? What's game name to add? Oh, Sono, got it. Sun 1943.
Patience. Prove yourself worthy. Not ready yet. A bow worth killing. Not yet. Patience. Not yet. Spider, light me down. Not ready yet. Patience. I require more wrath. Not yet. Bad luck for you, friend. Not enough wrath. Not ready yet. My wrath is low. Patience. Make your peace quick. Not enough wrath. Not yet. Not ready yet. Bad luck for you, friend. Not yet. Patience. The crusade I require more wrath. Not ready yet. My wrath is low. Patience. Not ready yet. Not yet. yet. Need to go back.
What's up, Iron? Yep. Little D3, man.
A fine battle. Are you strong enough to survive the trial?
Not ready yet. Not enough wrath. Patience. Not yet. Patience. My wrath was low. Not ready yet. Worth killing. Patience. Make your peace quickly. Not ready yet. Not enough wrath. Not yet. Like chaff before the wind. Not yet.
Yeah, if anybody watching wants to get a power level to 70, man, let's do it.
Patience.
Let's do it.
Not ready yet.
The Rift Guardian.
Not yet. Not ready yet. Patience. Not yet. Not ready yet. Patience. My wrath is low. Not yet. Burn in the light. Not ready yet. Patience. You must die. Not yet. Light be down. Not ready yet.
Yeah, I've got a pyro. Can you hear me?
Not yet. Make your peace quick. Patience. Not yet.
Yeah, it's kind of more exciting if you guys follow along.
Cower before Zakarum. Not ready yet. Patience. Not yet. I enjoyed that. Not ready yet. I require more wrath. Patience. Not ready yet. Not yet. Bad luck for you, friend. Patience.
Okay, nice. So the next step for us, for you, is to get you your build. We need to get you your build set up so that you know what skills and stuff and why.
Make your peace quickly. Not ready yet. Patience. Not yet. Cower before Zakarum.
Yeah, once you get your resist alls up and your health up, you'll be able to just run around DPSing with me.
Patience. Burn in the light. Not ready yet. I require more wrath. Patience. Not yet.
I definitely need more. I need more Wrath regen. I'm not. This build is broken right now. I'm not able to just spam.
Not yet. Make your peace quickly. Patience. Not ready yet. Bad luck for you, friend. Patience. Not yet.
Impressive.
We need to try and find your set of Akan gear too.
Laura, I haven't heard.
So wait, let's go through the main. Let's go through the main stats that you're gonna need. Pyro, right away, you're gonna want Condemn and Vacuum. And Akarat's champion. Here, we can go through the builds later. I can actually send you a link.
Unleash your power. Not ready yet. That creature must die. Patience.
normally do with bucks and stick.
Always changes.
Someday, perhaps, when I'm rich.
Hey, what's up, random guy? We need to get Sun up to 70 so that we can skip to higher content, because the higher content... Yeah, Clash, I can PL super fast. If you're interested, Clash, I'll PL you super quick to 70, where you can start going crazy.
Patience. Not ready yet. Not yet. I enjoyed that. Not ready yet. Not yet. Patience. Patience.
So yeah, you want to put on whatever Vitality and Resist All. Those are going to be the stats, and Armor. That's going to be the stats that keep you alive. Now, for the case of... Oh, it's under I. It's under your inventory, and then the Paragon button.
Not ready yet. Bad luck for you, friend. Patience. Not ready yet. I enjoyed that. Not yet. Patience. Not ready yet. Not yet. Patience. Like chaff before the wind. Not yet.
So now that sun is 70, we can actually up the difficulty and you'll get way more drops. But I need to change builds too. It's been a little while since I looked in this inventory, to be honest.
That's too expensive.
Yeah, you want to break down all the yellows. Yeah, you don't want... You're going to end up with only sets and legendaries. And honestly, most of the legendaries you're going to break down too. There's only very specific items that you're going to want for this build. Oh, no way. Let's do some treasure vaults. You guys are going to love this. Let's change the difficulty real fast. Yeah, like... I don't even know how to change the difficulty. Okay, so we're going to be doing Torment 13. So you guys are going to get wrecked, like, super fast, but... I really need to pay attention to my build. It's gonna take me a second. I need to, once Pyro gets in, I can start the game. I'm gonna need to look at my build. Something's definitely wrong with my Wraith regen. I don't have enough. Okay, I need to look at my builds here. What is this? Oh, we should also race through bounties for you guys. You get a chance to get some illusionary boots out of Okay. Let me just double check. Okay. So the vault is open. Jump in, Pyro, before I start blowing stuff up.
Not yet. Not ready yet. Not yet. My wrath is low. I require more wrath.
Yeah. Something's wrong with my gear. I definitely have a Wraith issue.
Power before Zucker. Not ready yet.
Basically, you want to be able to spam
Enough wrath.
condemn.
Not yet. I enjoyed that. Patience. Not ready yet. Not yet. Not ready yet. Patience. Not ready yet. I'm returning to town.
Hey, what's up, Beast? How are you doing, buddy? I've got a I've got a flail. Let's see if it's any good. If this is any good, it's yours, bud. Hey, this is pretty good. You, Pyro, pick this up. You want to re-roll that. You want to re-roll the attack speed into cooldown. It's on the ground right here. Nice. And you need this shield right away. And there's a sword that you need too right away to finish your build. You need this sword also. That goes in the cube. Oh, we need to get you guys the cube too. Anyway, clean up your inventory and I've got a couple more of those to run for you guys.
Not yet.
Jump in, Pyro. I don't want you to miss any drops.
Patience. Not ready yet. Burn in the light. Not yet. Patience.
Yeah, this is I always save any new players. It's always cool to take them into the vault because it's one of those places where it's just like loot, loot, fat money. Even though
Not yet.
it's just fun. So the way that you pop this is there's a ring called puzzle ring,
I require more lag.
and you put the puzzle ring into the cube.
Not ready yet.
And just hit transmute, and that's it.
Not
It opens the vault for you.
Patience.
My favorite is when you get a mass of goblins to pop in here.
Not ready yet. Patience. I'm returning to town.
The vault usually gives you stuff that you need for your job too, I've found. It's pretty cool. Here's some run speed bracers if you want. If you don't need what I'm dropping, just recycle it. I'm gonna open up another vault here in a sec. Okay, vault is opening. Jump in quick.
Not yet.
There's a few items with run speed, and I tend to keep them all just to build like a crazy... Yes, that's the shield you need. Now notice Condemn has no cooldown and has its damage increased by a lot, right? But then consumes 40 Wraith. So this is exactly what you want. What you want to roll off is that, honestly, you don't want either the armor or the Phanalax damage on this. The flanks, though, you're going to want to roll that off. The two things that you can get on shield and weapon that you can't get anywhere else is Wraith regen and life on Wraith use.
Not ready yet. Patience.
Ooh, we got a couple gobbies here.
Not yet. My wrath is low. Patience. Not yet. Not ready yet.
Nice.
Not enough wrath. Patience.
What's nice about softcore is you don't lose your gear, you know? So it's pretty easy to make progression.
Not ready yet. Not yet. I'm returning to town.
My stomach feels strange.
Did you forget to eat again?
No. In fact, I decided to get the days
Oh, Pyro.
away.
Here's a body for you.
I kept at it until I couldn't take another bite.
Until you get built up, the resist all is pretty important. So yeah, Pyro. Look at that one with the life per wraith spent. That's a unique thing that you can only get on weapon and shield. And then look at that. That's the wraith regen. That you can only get on. I'm gonna fix my Wraith issue right now with you would go over to this this Miriam over here where I'm standing. And the weapon I'm gonna try and roll a stat. I'm gonna roll off this vitality, and I'm gonna try and roll a 24% damage. So this chance to deal 21% area damage means what it's doing is it's taking 21% of your damage and making it AoE. So this is going to be my give me 1 sec on these rolls and I've got one more puzzle ring. Man, I'm so confused because in my hardcore account I've got my stuff organized different. So I'm like really friggin' mess it up right now. Okay, you guys ready for the next puzzle? If you need some time, it's all good. And I've got another 40 minutes, so I'd like to try to get you some gear before I go. Which shield, bud? Oh, yeah. Okay. On the skills, you need a Heavenly Strength. Heavenly Strength lets you put on a two-handed weapon with your shield. So here's the passives that you want. Take a look at my screen, Pyro. You want Heavenly Strength, Long Arm of the Law, Finery, and Holy Cause. Hey Mike, welcome back, buddy. What's up, Netrix? And I'm the Beast. How you guys doing? Let me know when your skills are set like that. Hey Carlos, how you doing, buddy? Okay, now let's try and get you guys. Let's get you one more run here. You ready, Pyro? We'll get you one more run, then let's get you the cube, then let's get you some gear. The cube lets you equip a bunch more passives, which you want. There's 3 specific passives that you want for this build.
Not ready yet.
Nice, Wraith issue's gone.
Not yet.
That regen took care of it.
Like chaff before the wind. Not ready yet. Patience.
To raise your blood shard cap, you need to do greater rifts on solo on your own.
Not yet.
And that's something you should do. That'll let you hold more blood shards.
Patience. Not ready yet. Not yet. Patience. Not yet. Not ready yet. I need to go back. Patience. Not yet. Not ready yet. Patience. The crusade marches on. Patience. Light me down. Not yet. Not ready yet. Patience. Not yet. Not ready yet. The crusade marches on. Not yet. Patience. Not ready yet. Not yet. Patience. Had enough. Not ready yet. Patience. Fire, light me down. Not ready yet. Not yet. I will achieve these. Not ready yet. Patience. Not yet. Burn in the light. Not ready yet. Patience.
I freaking love the cow level, man. So entertaining.
Not yet.
Hey, there's still a section we didn't clear. I'm gonna go down there.
Not ready yet.
Hey, teleport on me. I just opened a Resplendent, which probably has something for you guys.
Patience. Not yet.
Alright, we're clear.
I'm returning to town.
Nice. Yeah, I may have got another item for you, Pyro. Let's see. Here's another roll on body, Pyro. I don't know which one's better. And if you need gold, that's a good body. Just re-roll the damage to Vite. I would take the Vite and the Resist All. But the life per second can be good too, but I generally like that life. The Vite. Pyro, take this, take that ring. That's good for your farming build. It gives you speed. This is really good for your follower. It increases the stun effect. Hey, use the book over here, Pyro. If you use the book, you can identify all of them at once. If you guys don't need these, just recycle them. You're going to want the materials, so definitely be sure to recycle over here at the forge. Salvage. Okay, let's get you your cube. I think it's Act 3. You guys are going to need to start the quest with Zoltan the Cool here. Do you see Zoltan Cool standing here? Make sure you start the quest. And the cube, that's honestly a huge boost to your build. I'll be right back, one sec too. I'm gonna fix my monitor really quick. Alright, yeah, so if you got the quest, I need to remember where the heck this is. I think it's in the Ruins of Sescheron. Here it is. You're just gonna teleport on me.
Not ready yet.
And then we actually need to explore. We're looking for a cube on an altar. So I'm just gonna run like a maniac. You guys can try and keep up.
Patience. Not yet. By the light be damned. Not ready yet. Patience. Not yet. Bad luck for you, friend. Not ready yet. Not yet. Patience.
So the quest that Zoltan Cool sends us on is to find an altar. And it's like this ancient
Not yet.
cube or whatever. Hey Luke, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Not ready yet. Patience. Not ready yet. Patience.
Yeah, busted out the Diablo 3. If you want a if you want to jump in game, more than happy to PL.
Patience. Not yet. Not ready yet. Not yet.
All right, we made it. You can port on me, Pyro, and then grab the cube right there. Now, the cube, what the cube lets you do is the cube lets you use legendary powers from equipment that you put into the cube. So you don't actually, and that's where I put the puzzle ring, for example. So come down here, Pyro, and then look on my screen, and I'm going to actually show you the items that I use in the cube and why. So first up, Blade of Prophecy. You want the two condemned enemies trigger condemns explosion, and condemn damage is increased 800%. So these are the three that you want to do, and this is the point being that when you have a Khan's Addendum equipped, you would then have Blade of Prophecy in the cube. Now, if you have an amazing Blade of Prophecy, you can use that as your main weapon and use a Khan's Addendum in the cube. So a Khan's Addendum has Akarat's Champion gains the effect of the Prophet and Embodiment of Power runes. So you gain 2 powers from a Khan's Addendum, and then Blade of Prophecy over here running, you also gain that too. So the next one is Leoric's Crown. Now, the reason you want Leoric's Crown is it's doubling the effectiveness of your gem. So if you look the resource cooldown, skill cooldown, you need to have 56% cooldown, 56, to keep Akarat's Champion up consistently all the time, and you have to have it up all the time because it literally like doubles your defense, triples your defense or whatever. So now you can get rid of Leoric's Crown once you're over 56%, and you can replace it with some other stuff that will enhance, you know, your build. Like for example, you could use, instead of equipping Hexing Pants as an example, you could have Hexing Pants in the cube, and then you get resource regeneration while you're moving is enhanced 25%. So that's a great if you're having trouble with Wrath. You know, there's some other ones too. Gain 25% run speed. The main one used for damage or pushing would be the Strong Arm Bracers. Enemies hit by knockback suffer 30% increased damage. So Strong Arm Bracers, once you're over the amount of cooldown that you need, Strong Arm Bracers would be great because Condemn with Vacuum constantly is doing knockback. It sucks them in, so you're doing 30% of the damage. The other one that's really good is the War's Chain Arm Guards. Every time you destroy a wreckable object, you gain a burst of speed. Now, what's cool about that is the with the what is it called? Wrath of Lightning. That Wrath of Lightning is constantly destroying objects. So if you run this, you're constantly getting a speed boost. So that's really cool for like speed runs or whatever. Now the final one that you really, really, really want is Convention of Elements. Now, Convention of Elements cycles through 200% increased damage through the elements, through all the elements. So it goes Arcane, Cold, Fire, Holy, and when it hits Holy, now your Condemn is doing 200% more damage. Then it keeps cycling back. Then it goes Lightning, Physical, Poison, whatever. Now, one of the common other potential builds to do is to wear a Convention of Elements, not use the focus, and the restraint together, and instead wear leg rings. And hi, Kira, what's up, buddy? You are? Okay. I'll be out in a little bit, okay? So, Convention of Elements, the other potential build to do here is to wear the Convention of Elements, like if you get a great drop, a great one, and then to use, for example, like Stone of Jordan in here, which gives you, I mean, there's a lot of different builds, but this is the one I'm running right now. So those are the three you want to go for right away. Leoric's Crown you're definitely going to want to have right away, and then Blade of Prophecy, and then you can mix and match on the thing. So it's pretty cool. What it does is it opens up your eyes to like really what the legendary powers have. One other trick I would say for hardcore is that Unity if I were to put Unity as my power in my cube, and then put Unity on my follower, then what that does is it's going to split the damage between my follower and me. So if I'm soloing and I'm pushing and I'm trying to push a solo raid and the follower cannot die, you have that equipped in the special, follower cannot die, then your damage is split between you and your follower that's invincible. So you now all of a sudden take 50% damage. Unity is really good if when you're pushing. And I would definitely say for hardcore, it's great. But generally, you need more damage is what you're going to find. It's hard to. So, but now that you got cube, so in order to do the cube, what you got to do is extract legendary power, and to do that, you need to run the bounties in each zone. So you'll see. So you would fill with the legendary power, and in order to do that, you need to do the bounties to get these powers. So to do the bounties, we're going to hit the M key and open the map. And I'm going to go to Act 2. And we're going to run some bounties in Act 2 really fast. And why Act 2? I want to get you some illusionary boots.
Patience. A foe worth killing.
I should really go change my build to speed. At least my gems. Get my speed boost on.
Patience.
Be sure to pick up the death breath. You're going to need a ton of death breath. If you see those drop, get them.
Not yet.
And I'm going to skip the mobs generally. We're just trying to... do you see the bounty on the right hand side of the screen? Kill all enemies in the Vile Cave. We want to... we just want to get to the Vile Cave as fast as we can and kill them, and then move on to the next bounty. So this is where you're going to find having like different builds, like speed as an example, is going to be super important.
Patience. I enjoyed that.
You can do the bounties at any difficulty. You get more materials at the higher the difficulty. And in the Herodric Cache, you get chances at legendary items. You get 2 chances at a legendary item, 2 guaranteed legendaries at this difficulty, at max difficulty.
Not ready yet. Not yet. Power before Zakharum. Patience. Not ready yet. Patience.
Okay, bounty is complete. Now we want to hit M, and on the map, you want to, under the M map, you want to find the next exclamation point and go to that one. And we just go bounty, 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 bounty. Knock them all out super quick. Now, I am going to return to town really fast so I can put on my speed gear. Nice. Yeah, that's the goal. Let's get you guys geared up. So hopefully we get you guys some illusionary boots and also get you set with your first, this is your first bounty. So you're going to want to do, more bounties to get your materials, and that lets you do the fill material to unlock the legendary powers in the cube. And again, since you know exactly the 3 items you want to run, you don't have to do the bounties at this difficulty. You could do whatever difficulty works for you. You only need 3 materials, and I think even the easiest difficulty gives you 3 materials. So we're being somewhat extreme here. Okay, bounties complete. Hit M, go to the next exclamation. I just saw Pyro die. Good thing this is not hardcore.
Not yet. Make your peace quicker. Time to test my skill. Not ready yet. Patience. Not yet. Not ready yet. Quickly. Patience. Not ready yet.
And it's 5, so I'm gonna have to call it quits. Let's try and finish off these bounties before I head out. So I'm gonna hit M again. Next exclamation.
Patience. Like chaff before the wind. Not yet.
I think we may have went the wrong way. Yeah, I think we need to go down. I think we need to go south.
I require more wrath. Patience.
You guys can teleport on me if you want a quick jump.
Not yet. Patience. Had enough. Not ready yet. Patience.
Now the only place you can't teleport in is Greater Rifts.
Light be down. Not ready yet. Not yet. Not ready yet.
Okay, map, next exclamation. Exclamation.
Patience. Not yet. Had enough.
I love this map, dude. I love wrecking the demons.
Patience.
Bring in the light. Bounty complete. Okay, guess what? Now we need to go to back to Hidden Camp, and then when you talk to when you talk to what's his face, you're gonna get a Harajic cache. You're gonna use the cache in your inventory, and it's gonna drop items, and hopefully, it gives you illusionary boots. Now this is also where you get illusionary gloves.
Thank you for coming.
Illusionary boots let you run unhindered through enemies, which are very nice. Oh, Pyro. Use this ring in the cube. That's gonna let you get through. That's another good one for the cube.
Let's see what happens, shall we?
Can you pick those up or no? Maybe not, huh? Because I think they're private for us.
I had that thing.
Someday, perhaps, when I'm rich.
Okay, let's do one greater rift right now so that you can update a gem, okay?
Not yet. Patience. Not ready yet. Not yet. Bad luck for you, friend. I will enjoy this.
Yeah, no, in the greater rifts you can't teleport until I finish the rift.
Not yet. Patience. Not ready yet. Not yet. Patience. Not yet. Like chaff before the wind. Patience. The crusade marches on.
Hey, Toad.
Yeah.
Somebody, like a can of paint, dropped out of the car in front of Ashley and it splashed on her car.
Are you kidding?
So she got out of the car on the side of the road and was able to get the majority off. But is there anything that will work to improve that?
She needs to go to one of those car washes and use the power washer.
The power washer?
Yeah, not the power washer. The car wash, you know, the high pressure. It'll come off. Is it enamel?
She got it off, so it must be.
Okay. Must not be enamel.
Patience. Not ready yet.
The Rift Guardian.
Okay, once these guys are dead, then you can port.
When the champions of ages past improve themselves, if you have a gem of sufficient quality, I can try hello.
Okay, so now what you're gonna do is click on these guys and do a gem upgrade. But in my case, all my gems are over 90, so we got other issues going on. So do you see how this works? You complete a grader and
I need to go back.
yeah, man, that's awesome. Nice. Hey, Pyro, did you get one of these obsidian rings of the Zodiac? Did you already get one of those? That's really helpful in the cube. Yeah, you're gonna have to reforge some stuff for sure, bud. I'll send you a link on Discord to a build that you can check out, and that'll give you an idea of where to go, what to do with the equipment. But yeah, pretty much what you're gonna want to do for a while is just focus on the stuff that you're gonna use as upgrades. But I hope you guys had fun today, and I really appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to head out for a while, and late tonight I'll come back on. See you guys soon. Happy Friday, guys.